The 2025 Bucknell Athletics Hall of Fame had its induction ceremony here recently, and we were able to catch up with one of those inductees, Val Rozas, from the class of 2010. Val, congratulations. What a great honor.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
You were, of course, the very first women's water polo player to be inducted into the Bucknell Athletics Hall of Fame. What does that mean to you?
Oh my God. Honestly, it didn't really set in until I stepped on campus today. And I really started to get really emotional, and all the memories came back. And then seeing my teammates, we had an alumni game today. It was so cool just to get back in there with my team. And I think, walking around, Todd showed me, the exhibition for the Hall of Fame and just the pictures and what it all means and all the changes that have happened to campus. It was all a lot to take in. It's overwhelming, but just such an incredible honor.
You were such a great all-around player, obviously scoring goals, but you did so many different things. Are the goals something that you remember most, or is there something else that you remember about your time playing water polo here at Bucknell?
Yeah, actually, the goals I don't remember as much. I think I remember most of my teammates and just the hard work we put into our team and that camaraderie and just working together towards our goals and how much effort we put into that 2010 Southern Championship. It wasn't just something that happened at the last year by accident. It was something that we worked towards every year. We were also talking about, speaking of goals, a goal that we do remember is on 2009 when Princeton scored this slow motion lob. I think I've heard people talk about it 3 times today, and I'm like, I still remember that, and it was so painful. And the following year, we said, that's never going to happen again. That's not going to happen again, and we didn't let it happen, so.
Go Bison, indeed. I remember those teams. I remember you so well. You really kind of took the team, and you were a leader out there. Did you look at yourself as a leader?
I think I did. I think I always took it as a little bit of extra responsibility. Obviously, when you come in as a freshman, you're always scared. You're looking with your impressionable eyes to all the seniors who were honestly really admirable and set a really good example for us. So after that first year of being really scared and just getting in the water and playing, I thought that I could really make an impact. And so I just kind of stepped into it. And, I didn't have the captain role from the previous years until my last year, but I always took it upon myself to just act as the leader regardless and just kind of setting the example in the water. So
I saw Coach John Abdu earlier, your coach. What did he mean to you?
oh my God, so much. And as you heard from me today a little bit about talking about Abdu, he just kind of really changed my life by bringing me here and providing this opportunity. So he taught us a lot, and he's just someone that I really admire and appreciate for everything that he's done for me personally, for Bucknell, for my teammates. He's had a really great impact just on water polo nationwide, and we were just really lucky to have him here at Bucknell.
When you take a look at your time here, the Kinney Natatorium had been in existence for about 7 years. What a great environment. When the students were out, it got to be a very loud place, didn't it?
Oh my God, it was so loud. And just the facilities and the resources here. I've been bragging about Kinney Natatorium to my husband, who also plays water polo, for 10 years. And today I got to show him, look at my pool. This is what it looks like. He's like, all right, it's legit. So I think today I took a W from that. We've seen a lot of different pools. There's a lot of resources here in Europe where I've spent a lot of my time. The pools aren't as nice. And here, just Kinney Natatorium, the lifting room, the weight room, the cardio machines, everything is just so well kept. And all the staff, Matt and everyone, seeing him here today was so cool. Everything is just so taken care of for us. And I really feel the love, and I felt it back then, and I feel it now.
When Coach Abdu reached out to you and said, hey, I would love to have you come to Bucknell University and play on the water polo team, had you ever heard of Bucknell before? Did you know much about Bucknell? Did you know much about the eastern part of the U.S. and Pennsylvania?
I had received a magazine, the Bucknell magazine, at my home, and that's the first time that I heard of Bucknell. And then when I received a call from Abdu and John Ziegler a few weeks later, it really just I put the dots together. Oh, that's them. And so started doing my research, came on our recruiting trip, and just really fell in love with it.
Of course, you mentioned about John Ziegler. He was the head coach. Of course, Coach Abdu later replaced him as the head coach and stuff. Both of them mean so much to water polo here at Bucknell. What do you feel like is your legacy here at Bucknell? I mean, have you ever thought about that, Val?
Oh my God, I'm gonna cry. I don't know. I think in speaking with my teammates today, I think just being someone that's there for them and sometimes pushing them to just go a little bit extra. And sometimes, we all want to have our moments of, no, let's just, stay here, or maybe let's not say that, or let's not do this thing. I think just giving them that extra push, giving myself the push, and, pushing them forward and giving them the courage to do the things that they want to do in the water, and maybe even sometimes even out of the water.
Well, before we let you go, you have a family now. Talk a little bit about what you are doing.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So I have a family now. I've been living in Southern California. I was working in a solar company. I was a VP of operations there for a really long time. And as of recent, a year ago exactly, I actually packed my bags and moved to Spain. So I'm living there with my family now, and I'm taking a little bit of time off to reassess. And actually, one of my questions that I always ask myself this last year is what I want my legacy to be. And I've been thinking about that a lot this last year, and it's something really meaningful to me. And so I'm taking a long time to think through it. And so maybe soon you'll hear more from me.
No, we will. Val, congratulations. You are so deserving, the very first women's water polo player to be inducted into the Bucknell Athletics Hall of Fame. Congrats.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Valentina Rozas.